everyone, I'm Brainera, and today I am recording this from New Taipei City in Taiwan. And I wanted to discuss mental health. Yesterday I tried to record this, but it was very windy up here. I'm on the roof of my apartment at the moment. As you can see, just because, it has a nice view and I can talk in relative peace and quiet, apart from the traffic downstairs and the occasional security guard that checks whether I've not leapt from the roof, which is quite nice. But it also kind of indicates what times we live in, because I don't know if anybody knows, but suicide rates in Asia are very high. And usually they jump off the buildings. So yeah, I tried to record this yesterday and I was rambling quite a lot, and I might ramble a bit today, but because I've been through it a couple of times already, I know roughly what to say and what babble to leave out. So yeah, because I'm on holiday, everything kind of goes under a loop for me. The way I look, the way I am, everything. And although people have been nothing but nice to me here, they're very friendly, and I've had loads of compliments, even from those who probably not very familiar with like alternative looks, and people with piercings and tattoos, and especially women. People have been very friendly, sometimes a little bit too friendly. Got very close to me a couple of times, and that was a new experience and a half as well. Yeah, it's not like when I went to Hong Kong, where people judge you a lot more. They seem to be a little bit more focused on looks and appearances and success, I guess. Here they're more relaxed and down to earth, so thank you, Taiwan, that's really nice. Apparently the south is even nicer, if I have to believe the locals. But yeah, yesterday was bad. Today I'm a little bit anxious, not as bad. But yesterday and the day before and then a couple of days ago, I just felt old, past it, fat, ugly, all the things. I felt like I've missed the opportunity of doing this when I should have, or when it felt like I should have, which would have been my 20s. But I can't, and I couldn't, because I have chronic fatigue syndrome, which can be crippling. If you don't know, I'll leave a link down below so you can read up on it. It's a very annoying condition to have, because there's no cure for it. They don't know why it happens, really. There's still research going into it, like lots of it. It's also known as ME. You probably know it as ME, but I hate using that word because it's me, and I used to get bullied with it, that it was attention seeking, because the condition was called me, so it was all about you. And so I like using CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome. Apart from that, I've got like a ton of other health issues as well, but nothing major like some of my friends who've got Crohn's or MS, or been battling cancer. When it comes to that, then I count myself very lucky. But mental health has always been a huge problem. I'm a lot better than I used to be. I've got my ups and downs, and I know what to do now to make myself feel better, up to a point. Of course, unlike what people like you to do, you can't just snap out of it, and that's the hardest thing about it, because you would like to snap out of it. Nobody likes feeling like crap, especially mentally. It's just so debilitating, and it influences everything and everyone. So yeah, these past few days I've not been feeling very great, and I'm hoping it will improve. was talking through this yesterday, I kind of felt a little bit better about things because I was listening to my logic and thought, yeah, logically I know that people will always say something nasty about you. People will always say something good about you. It just depends who you want to listen to, really. Even when you think you're perfect, people will always have commentary. And that's just the way it is. That's how we are, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I personally think that we should only, or maybe focus more on just being nice to each other. I always sound like such a big hippie when I hear myself saying it. Just being nice. What's the big problem? And it seems to be a huge problem for a lot of people. And don't give fake compliments. I hate that so much. If you want to be nice to someone, be genuinely nice to someone. Don't just say something because it's expected of you. Sorry, I'm filming this on my phone and my arms are getting so tired. I did a really long hike yesterday after the video, and that really helped. Nature's always helped me a lot. I know everybody's got different coping mechanisms or things that make them feel better. For me it's nature and animals, especially animals, because they're pure and they have no hidden agendas and they're just lovely. So yeah, I just wanted to see if anybody out there feels similar. And it seems very strange to be obsessed with or concerned with something as, I guess, as shallow as looks and appearances, but for me it's always been a way of expressing myself, and it's basically me on the outside. And another thing I realized is that a friend of mine posted up on Facebook a couple of days ago saying about how she is a blender. She blends into social situations. She blends into, she can adapt to anything. And I'm very much like that. I can adapt to situations, cultures. I pick it up really quickly, languages and stuff like that. I can dress the way they do if I wanted to. To me, it's kind of like, almost like cosplaying, being a slightly different person for the day. And I think, in a way, over the years, that coping mechanism with social situations, I feel kind of lost. I feel like I lost a big part of myself, and part of starting YouTube is to rediscover that and develop myself, get to know myself again, push those boundaries. And it's been hard. The YouTube stuff has been very up and down as well. I've had major highs and I've had major lows. And I know I'm only 3 weeks in, so I better get used to that. The other thing is that I realized, excuse the finger, I realized that I'm a big introvert. I may look all open on social media, but in real life I don't really talk to anyone. I feel like I can't, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to feel that way when you have mental problems. Like with me it's depression and anxiety, social anxiety especially. That's the biggest one. And I think everybody should have a way to talk about it. And for me this is going to be through vlogs. To you guys, whoever listens, if I can help anybody in the process and help myself in the process, and that's a win for me. I've helped a lot of people over the years in my lifetime, even as a child, and it's the best thing. If I don't want anything back for it, I just want to be able to help, because I know how hard it can be, and I see some of my friends struggle with mental problems, and my heart just hurts for them. I know some of you don't want to hear that because you don't want the sympathy, because it gives you extra pressure on how things are and how you are. But because I'm very empathic, I feel everything, like the bad and the good, and I can't filter it out. And that's I guess that's part of the problem as well. I can't filter anything. So sometimes I shut down for a short while. I don't have any emotion about anything, but usually everything hits me right in the heart. And I've been told not to be so sensitive, and I thought, why do I have to be the one to change? Why can't the world be more sensitive? And I think we should be. We should show our emotions, we should talk about it. And even if afterwards you feel embarrassed or ashamed for whatever reason, everybody goes through it at some point in their life. Got to remember, most people are scared, most people go through hardships, most people have been through depression, anxiety, other mental conditions. Whether it's temporarily or long term, doesn't matter. With me it's genetics, so I can't really do much about it apart from the things that make me feel better when it gets really bad. And self-care. Look after yourself, even when you feel like you don't deserve it. Always look after yourself. Self-love is one of the most important things. And I'm very happy to talk to you guys. If you want to shoot me a message or ask me a question, you're welcome to. It is tough. It's tough having this, and you can feel like a bit of a burden sometimes on society, on relationships, on family. But you're not. You're not a burden, and you're a beautiful person. And you gotta see that as well, and I gotta see that about me. Because I am not ugly, I am not fat, I am probably not old. I think I've started midlife crisis very early. But I think that's more to do with my mental state. And, you know, I know it's the age thing. It comes from, I don't mind the number, it's just I have aged a lot in the last 2 years because of stress, because of health problems. Like I said, nothing major. I was just misdiagnosed with a thyroid condition, which made me gain a lot of weight, which I'm now losing, and I'm getting back into shape. I know it's not very impressive, but it's impressive for me because I've been a blob for the last two years, and now I am losing all that extra weight. I'm going back into shape, and that's amazing, you know. But because of that, I've got, you can't see it because of this lovely camera. I have a lot of wrinkles now and a lot of saggy skin in my face especially, and it's hard to deal with that, you know. And that's why I think we should be nicer to each other. Everybody goes through stuff. Don't judge them on face value. Don't judge it all, really, because you don't know. You don't know where they've been. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know how much it took that person to get out the door that day, you know. I've had periods where I didn't leave the house at all. You know, I've been inside for days, sometimes a week at a time, because I just couldn't face people. And luckily those days are far behind me. But a lot of people still have that, you know, the agoraphobia, the fear of open public spaces. And I have that. I even have that in horror games. I prefer being indoors in a room opposed to a big open field where I can be attacked from any side. It bleeds into everything. It's amazing. The brain is just amazing. But I just wanted to say that I've been struggling a bit here, and I know it's nonsense, and people have been lovely, and I shouldn't really, especially because I don't really look the way I am for other people. I do it for myself. I don't even do it for anybody close to me. Everything I do, like my hair and my makeup and my beauty regime, as little as there is, getting fit, I all do it for me, because I think that started in the last 5 years or so, where I realized that I shouldn't live for other people. And of course I live for those I love, but not exclusively. And it sounds selfish, but you are number one. It doesn't mean that you have to be an arrogant prick or a self-centered, egotistical, asshole. It just means that if you're not in good shape, mentally and physically, if you're not loving yourself, then it's going to be tough with anything else. I know that some of my friends live to help others. They really truly do live for others, but they're never happy, and they don't end up happy, sorry. They need to love themselves first. When you can be comfortable with your own company, with your own body and mind, which I'm not all the time, of course. It sounds very hypocritical coming from me when I was just moaning about the fact that I feel like crap for no reason, really. Or no reason apart from, the anxiety and several other things. I know all these things, and I know you guys probably know all these things. It's just stop listening to that negative side, that nagging, constant voice saying that you're worthless and you're crap and you look like shit and nobody would be interested in you. I mean, I've had it multiplied since I started this channel. I went from, yeah, I'm great, I'm fantastic, people will like me, people will be interested. And then I was like, I'm no more interesting than anybody else. I mean, not really. And then it went from, nobody's gonna like you, there's nothing new here. And that kind of thing can be really, it can grind you down. But I just wanted to say to everybody, if you want to talk. Whether it's to me or somebody else online, or just calling one of those helplines really helps. It's helped me as a teenager, and it's helped people close to me as well when they were younger. Sometimes just a stranger can do the world of good. I met this guy in Turkey, and through my mom, really bizarrely. We're friends now, but we don't know each other personally, as in real life. We just vent to each other about what we feel, like sometimes into excruciating details where any other person would be so upset reading, if they were personally involved. But because he's outside of my life and I'm outside of his life, and we understand where we come from, it really helps. It takes away that judgment, it takes away that emotional interference. You just look at it and you go, I know exactly what you mean, and what I usually do is this or that, or you just, talk about similar experiences. Just really, that helped me so much, so thank you, and I hope I did the same for you. I know I did at times, but you never know. I never like to think that I'm Lord and Savior of everything. You gotta stay down to earth as well with everything. So yeah, talk about it. Don't bottle it up inside. I have for a very long time, and it was destroying me. 2015 was probably one of the worst years I've had mentally. It was really bad. So, when I look at that, I'm a lot better now. I'm in better shape, I'm getting there, and I want to rediscover myself and be happy with the person that I am. And yeah, I hope you can too, and find someone or something to help you. As long as it doesn't harm you or others, do whatever you can to make yourself feel better. Seriously. And love yourself and look after yourself. And if you can't, because of whatever, find something or someone who can do it for you. Oh, that made me jump. I'm a bit jumpy because the security guard interrupted me yesterday. Yeah, it was just this creepy looking thing that was making a noise. I've been up here a while, so I think he might be wondering when I'm coming down. He was very friendly though. He just wanted to know what I was doing up here, but I don't speak Mandarin, so, and he doesn't speak English, so it was very interesting. But yeah, look after each other, look after yourself, and give me a shout if you want to ask anything, or if you just want to have a chat, that's fine too. My email is in the profile, so you know, feel free to shoot me a message. Please take care of yourself. Remember, you are a wonderful person, even if you think you're not, even if you think you feel and look like crap, even when everything seems to go wrong, you're probably a much better person, much more good looking, much more interesting, much more wonderful than you think you are. And there will be people that agree with you. Listen to those people. Don't listen to your bad self. Don't listen to the bad people. Denise, listen. Listen to yourself. I know it's hard. When the mood takes you, it's hard to keep remembering that. But I do bounce back. I feel a bit better today. So I hope you do too. If not, I hope you feel better soon. And know that you're wonderful and lovely. And look at this wonderful place. I'm gonna be very, I won't say shallow, but I'm gonna do some retail therapy later. I think I'm gonna go to Shimen and join the cool kids, because I'm cool. I am. Don't tell me different. And I'm not old or fat. Alright, thanks for listening to my babbling. Hopefully it makes some sense, and hopefully it helps someone out there. Alright, take care, and I'll see you soon. Doei!